Let's talk about how you become a professional sales person, a man, a woman who is involved in sales and wants to leverage a product or an identity. Remember, leverage is about positioning in the mind. I read a book once that talked about position and battle for the mind, and identifying. I buy books, and I buy these books from many stores, and I find great deals. And inside these books, even if you're spending more than a couple of dollars, you're learning so much from it, so much value. Now, the Library of Congress, they have a motto. I think it says, "Books give you wings." I mean, it's a great motto. It allows you to take a book and leverage yourself over a challenge, under a challenge, around a challenge, or even through it. That's what books have become. Books are incredibly powerful. I can't really say that enough times. Had I not developed my ability to comprehend what I read, I mean, I probably wouldn't have had such connection to many of the journeys. When I read Midway, wow, what a powerful story. All things small and beautiful. You know, when I read many of the motivational speakers, Zig Ziglar, See You at the Top, when I read his book, I mean, I was magnetized by some of the things he had said in it and some of the things he achieved in it. Napoleon Hill really exceptionally spoke to many issues of challenge and how he had overcome. So I just can't say enough about reading and how important it is. So let's just say that libraries are your tools to build your monument and your legacy of empowering yourself. When you walk into a library, understand you're walking into a temple of sorts. There are people all around, but more importantly, all of those books represent lives and they represent stories. They represent tears, fears, doubts, you know, challenges. This is amazing when you read a book that someone sat down and shared a part of who they were and what they went through, and they gave you life through it. I've gained so much life through reading books. I've read stories that have totally changed my thinking around a particular area of life. It has brought me consciousness. I read Dr. Ivan Van Sertima. He had wrote a book called Blacks in Science. I read that book, and prior to reading that book, it was amazing to me how much value I took from understanding the differences in sciences and math and how it had developed, how people had utilized math and sciences to create and to build. But had I not had the ability to comprehend and read, I wouldn't have understood that value. And that book had been written many, many years before I read it. So many books that have written 4,000 plus years ago have great value. I just had not been aware of them. So learning what's out there, the library is a great resource for that. You can actually go online to the libraries, and that way you can search their archive, search their database, and find the books that you're looking for. I personally like self-help and self-development, nonfiction titles. But I also read fiction too, because sometimes I think I get a lot out of that as well. So today I want to encourage you to join the library, to become a part of your library and your community. Donate books that you no longer want to read. You'd be surprised how many people would really benefit from a community organization that has books in a box that could, you know, be given to agencies. Look into whether or not your library even accepts donations, because I think it's important to take value from these books that are being left around, and you know, people would read them and learn so much from them. I have a library at home that I built because books matter. You know, they really do. So if I can help you to understand how to improve your life, take the time to read. Take the time to get a library card. Take the time to search library and use bookstores and yard sales. Buy books and bring them home. Read them, share with others. Imagine sometimes I sit on the porch and I'll read a book and I'll share it with my loved one. And I'll say to her, man, what do you think about this? And what happens every time is we envelop and engulf a whole new way of understanding of something. Because there's two perspectives you have now. Always offer somebody an opportunity. Offer somebody a chance to learn something that you've been given a gift to understand. And that's what a gift is. Something to not only share with others, but something to be thankful for. So in your efforts to develop your ability, join the library and also read as often as possible and make it a daily habit.